We are in London, near Victoria, outside the London HQ of the Labour Party, the party of the oppressed minorities, the party who gives voice to the voiceless, and the party of the working class. So we contacted them numerous times on the issue of Hinduphobia within the Labour Party, had no response at all, nothing, not even acknowledgement. So we're going to go there and see what a friendly welcome we get when we raise the issue.
Oh, you're not allowed to film? Oh, okay.
Well, I expected that didn't get very far. They just told us to contact them using this leaflet. It's an admin office upstairs. We've already tried this and I've seen no response. Now the issue is that we've raised it with Labour office, with various MPs, with Keir Starmer himself about the issue of Hinduphobia. Absolutely no response, no discussion, nothing, just a complete blank wall of silence. Now one would think that the party which supposedly represents the working class, oppressed minority groups, minority rights, would be keen to discuss, especially with people of colour. It's not what we've had. If we look back, we see a kind of reversal to the roles of the Conservative and Labour Party. Back when immigrants first came here, they joined the Labour Party. It was their natural home. The Conservatives were still hung up on the residue of colonialism. The idea to restrict immigration from what they called the coloured Commonwealth. Groups like the Monday Club, which pressurised the Conservative Party to support Rhodesia and apartheid South Africa. A lot of MPs came through it, a lot of prominent MPs who later included in Thatcher's cabinet. However, they didn't have as much influence on the Conservative Party as the Hindu-phobic lobby appears to have on Labour. Never before has a party, even Conservatives, deliberately targeted a community of colour, a minority group in this country the way Labour has. Like as mentioned, we've been there numerous times to ask for a discussion. Absolutely no response. Now there are two areas where the Hinduphobia Labour Party seems to be really prominent. The recent by-election in Batley and Spen, leaflets were given out showing Prime Minister Johnson meeting India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now what relevance does that have to the concerns of most ordinary working class people? Why was that pushed? Who were they trying to appeal to? Why that particular rhetoric? It has absolutely no relation to it, unless you're trying to heighten up anti-Indian, especially anti-Hindu prejudice, because Hinduphobia is the one acceptable form of racism in the Labour Party today. In fact, they've taken over from the Monday Club in terms of their colonialist attitude. The second area, which goes from the colonialist attitude, comes from the issue of caste. Labour MPs were prominent in caste lobbying, especially Caste Watch. Again, they saw it as something to help the oppressed, and on the surface these seem very noble ideas, but are they? When you go to one of these meetings, it is nothing more than constant anti-Hindu rhetoric, wild conspiracy theories, ideas of Hindu supremacy, legalising widow burning, just things that you find in some fringe cult, but these are mainstream and backed by Labour MPs. Only last year, Labour MP led a mob attacking the Indian High Commission. This is during lockdown. Eggs, violence, police couldn't control them. So what is a member of a supposedly prominent mainstream party doing, leading mobs in an anti-Hindu rampage? Now even the Monday Club didn't do this. Even someone Alan Clark, who said to Ugandans, you can't come here because you're not white, yeah? Even he didn't lead a mob, but this Labour MP led a mob and was not disciplined. Despite the so-called modernising ideas of Sir Keir Starmer, that anti-Hindu faction remains prominent in the Labour Party. One of the most dangerous things, whenever a minority is targeted, you call them out, you expose it, you don't encourage it, and that's what's happened with Labour, openly attacking a minority community in the UK. Now on top of this, which is more concerning, and no one's brought this up, they're importing communal disturbances and communal friction, which we don't need in this country, rather than lessening it in their crusade to placate certain dogmatic elements that dominate Labour at the moment with their warped dystopian view of the world. On top of that, is this even making any sense? Are they trying to alienate a country of 1 billion people needlessly? Now, no country is perfect, and there's nothing wrong with calling out somewhere for its human rights issues. That's absolutely fine, for that should be encouraged. But just to target somewhere, because they're Hindus, because it's India, to placate one part of the Labour Party's constituents, and not even the majority of it. Does that make sense? Only a party dedicated to hatred, only a party dedicated to ideological self-destruction would go ahead and do that. But that's what we see Labour doing. That's what we get no response from them, no debate, absolutely blank wall of silence. You'd usually expect this sort of thing of a National Front's bulldog, not a mainstream left-wing socialist party that claims to help oppress minorities and help oppress groups throughout the world. They're doing the very opposite, in fact. They're complicit in genocide of Hindus by giving platform to the people who support it and who justify it, can actually deny it.